Ilhan Omar calls for Universal School Meals Program Act. Trump and family fail to disclose foreign gifts. South Paterson, New Jersey lights up for Ramadan. UK denies entry to Quran-burning Danish politician. Israeli minister says Palestinians are an invention. 50 rallies in India for social and economic boycott of Muslims. Hijab-wearing boxer and inspiration for Muslim women. From our Chicago studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Samana Siddiqui. Our top story tonight. Last week, Minnesota became the fourth U.S. state to guarantee free school meals. The move has triggered a fresh wave of demands and arguments for a federal policy to feed all American school children. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar called for passage of the Federal Universal School Meals Program Act. Omar's proposal, spearheaded in the upper chamber by Senator Bernie Sanders, would provide free breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack to all school children. Meals would be provided regardless of income. The act would also eliminate school meal debt and strengthen local economies by encouraging food purchases locally. Congressional Republicans last year blocked the continuation of a COVID-19 policy which allowed public schools to provide free breakfast and lunch to 50 million children. Now, many families face rising debt over children's cafeteria charges. The Muslim community of South Paterson, New Jersey gathered Saturday to welcome Ramadan, which is expected to begin on Wednesday night. Locals greeted each other around the Islamic crescent lantern, which is a traditional symbol used to celebrate the month of fasting. New Jersey's more than 300,000 Muslims will join other Muslims in America and around the world to fast from dawn to sunset during Ramadan. Former U.S. President Donald Trump and his family failed to report foreign gifts worth nearly $300,000 during his presidency, according to a new report. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee released a report on Friday. It records more than 100 unreported gifts. These include items from Chinese President Xi Jinping, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and other foreign government officials. The Foreign Gifts and Decorations Act prohibits the president and federal officials from keeping gifts from foreign governments worth more than minimal value. That is currently set at $415. Gifts over this amount must be publicly disclosed and turned over to the National Archives. Trump and his family received 117 unreported foreign gifts valued at roughly $291,000. Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, son-in-law Jared Kushner, and their children were also listed as recipients of some gifts. A Utica, New York man was tasered by police after he attempted to attack the staff of a local mosque with a knife, police said. On Friday, Hassan had a knife and was threatening to attack employees of the Nurul Islam Muslim Community Mosque. Police Lieutenant Michael Curley said staff members managed to lock doors and keep him out. He said when officers arrived, Hassan started to threaten them instead. San ignored commands to drop the knife, so one sergeant fired multiple beanbag rounds to stun him, while another brought him to the ground and arrested him. San was charged with 3 counts of menacing a police officer and third-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Britain on Monday said far-right Danish politician Rasmus Paludan will be denied entry to the UK to carry out a provocative act of burning a copy of the Quran. Home Office Minister for Security Tom Tugendhat said Paludan had been added to a warnings index and would not be allowed into the country. Paludan said he is going to travel from Denmark to the UK for the sole purpose of burning a Quran in a public place, Wakefield Labour MP Simon Lightwood said. Paludan was previously jailed in Denmark for his hateful and racist statements, Lightwood noted. On social media last weekend, Paludan said he would burn a copy of the Quran on the first day of Ramadan. The leader of the far-right Stram Kurs party burned a copy of the Quran outside the Turkish embassy in Stockholm in January under police protection. He also had permission from Swedish authorities. The following week, he burned a copy of the Quran in front of a mosque in Denmark. Israeli minister says Palestinians are an invention. Details after the break, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Israel's finance minister, who called for wiping out a Palestinian village earlier this month, has sparked renewed backlash. Bezalel Smotrich said there was no such thing as a Palestinian because there is no such thing as the Palestinian people. Smotrich is in charge of civilian administration in the occupied West Bank and is known for making inflammatory statements against Palestinians. He also opposes the establishment of a Palestinian state. Smotrich was speaking in Paris during a memorial for right-wing Likud party activist Jacques Kupfer. A video of the comments in circulation shows attendees at the event applauding and cheering Smotrich's comments. Palestinian officials blasted the remarks. Mohammed Shtayyeh, Prime Minister of the Palestinian Authority, said Smotrich's latest remarks were conclusive evidence of the extremist, racist, Zionist ideology that governs the current Israeli government. Advocates for Palestinians on Monday also said his remarks were genocidal and noted Smotrich's violent rhetoric represents long-standing views by Zionists. 2022 was a year of many firsts for Tina Rahimi. She became the first female Muslim boxer to represent Australia at a multi-sport event when she participated in the Commonwealth Games. It was also the first time a boxer wore a hijab at the CWG. Rahimi won the bronze medal in the 57-kilogram category in Birmingham. Since then, she has faced many questions about her religious choices. I do get asked about the hijab a lot. I don't mind when it comes from a place of curiosity. I understand I don't look like a regular boxer, Rahimi told the Indian Express. Rahimi believes there has never been any reason for her to think anyone treated her differently due to her wearing a hijab. The Sydney-based boxer grew up in an Iranian family. Her father was a wrestler in Australia. Rahimi was a makeup artist before picking up boxing recreationally in 2017. She had her first amateur fight the following year. She qualified for last year's World Championship and later rose to fame in Australia with her CWG medal. Rahimi hopes when young Muslim women see her fighting, they would feel they too can do whatever it takes to follow their dreams in the hijab. Starting last November, at least 50 Hindu Jan Akrosh Morcha rallies have been held in nearly all 36 districts across the Indian state of Maharashtra. At a March 12th rally at Mumbai's Mira Road, speeches were made against Islamic aggression, love jihad, and land jihad, with some calling for an economic boycott of Muslims. Each of these rallies follows a pattern: a march through the city center amid a sea of saffron flags and caps, speakers attacking minorities, and calls for an economic boycott of the Muslim community. The BJP has distanced itself from these rallies, saying they are organized by the Sakal Hindu Samaj, that is an umbrella body of Hindutva and Sangh organizations. Yet nearly all rallies have had party leaders present, including the local BJP MLA and MP. Speeches are largely delivered by right-wing hardliners, including suspended BJP leader Raja Singh, along with Kalicharan Maharaj, a controversial Hindu seer, and Kajal Hindustani, who has called for the bulldozing of mosques. Singh and Maharaj face hate speech cases both in the state and elsewhere. Singh was suspended by the BJP last August for his remarks on Islam and Prophet Muhammad. Maharashtra police personnel were seen at most of the rallies recording the speeches. No case has been filed against any of the speakers so far. Radical Hindutva mobs use festival as an excuse to attack mosques, Muslim properties, and homes. For details, let's watch this special report.
Festivals are a call for joy, partying, and celebrations. Unfortunately, not always. In Modi's India, festivals are being weaponized against Muslims. In April 2022, a Hindu religious festival was used to attack Muslims in the heart of the Indian capital, Delhi. RSS Hindutva groups marched to a mosque, brandishing swords, daggers, and shouting anti-Muslim slogans. They attacked a mosque in Delhi. Since the police did not stop them, Muslims stood up to protect their place of worship. This is when the BJP RSS government came into action. They blamed Muslims and immediately demolished their houses. That is to teach Muslims a lesson. This is now a pattern. Throughout the year, Hindus carry out festivals, and during many of them, Muslims are attacked. Indian police do not defend Muslims. When they attempt to protect their mosques, homes, and shops, the police arrest Muslims and often bulldoze their homes and businesses. All while the RSS BJP militias then wait for the next festival for the cycle to begin again. This has been their modus operandi since the Modi's government RSS BJP regime came into power. Here is an attack on a mosque. Here is another one. And this goes on and on.
लूटपाट की, हमारे साथ मारपीट की, जिसमें मेरा गाल पे चोट लगी हुई है। मेरी पत्नी के जो है कपड़े फाड़े, मेरी लड़की के साथ बलात्कार की बात करी।
When Muslim victims try to file a police report, it is often not recorded, and if they are lucky in getting it recorded, then the administration harasses Muslims to withdraw their petitions.
वो दुकान भी हमारी एक हमारी ताऊ जी के ऊपर मकान है। हमारा खाने जगह नहीं रही, बैठने को सब छुपाने को जगह नहीं रही।
That is justice in India today.
Bangladesh has expressed concern about the global rise of Islamophobia and is calling for peace, prosperity, and development based on the Organization of Islamic Cooperation's principles. Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momin expressed deep concern about the lack of tolerance and surge of terrorism in various parts of the world with the rise of Islamophobia. He delivered his speech on the opening day of the 49th OIC Council of Foreign Ministers in Nouakchott, Mauritania's capital, on Thursday. The top Bangladeshi diplomat also emphasized the need for global leaders and OIC member states to take immediate action to address the Rohingya crisis. Bangladesh hosts more than 1.2 million Rohingya in the country's southern border district of Cox's Bazar in 33 congested refugee camps. They fled genocide at the hands of the Burmese military in 2017. That's all from our Chicago studios tonight. Thank you for tuning in. You can find previous episodes and more on our YouTube or Facebook. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV or visit muslimnetwork.tv. Salam and good night.